Hi, my peepers. Welcome to Shalene's Creativity Room. This is Flosstube number 67, and this is the mid-year WIP parade. I've been seeing them all over on YouTube. A few of my subscribers, peepers, asked me to do a mid-year WIP parade, and yep, I decided, yes, we will. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Danielle. So I have the WIPs that I've already worked on this year that were on my WIP Go board. I may or may not get back to them this year. I have the WIPs that I'm doing right now. I have WIPs to do next on my WIP Go board for the rest of the year, and some are stitch-alongs that I'm going to be doing that I haven't started yet. And so they're really not considered a WIP, but they will be a WIP. And then I do have a small pile of older WIPs that I will not be getting to this year. And they are on my WIP Go board for next year. So we will get some more people in and then we will get started. And some of my WIPs have been finished. You know, I've had like, I think 9 finishes this year. Where's my paperwork? So 1, 2, 3, 4. I know I've had 4 finishes that these were cross stitch WIPs that I started out with the beginning of this year. They are not things that I started this year. So I finished 4 WIPs that were WIPs when I started January 1st. Some of my other finishes were not WIPs, they were new starts. Hi, Marianne. So we'll wait a couple more minutes. I don't have any shout outs today. Yeah, I just have the 4 piles we will be working from. If it takes longer than an hour, we'll just keep staying on until I show it all. But, yep. And I can tell you my start dates for everything. Not always the fabric, but yeah. Hi, Jen. Yes, a WIP means work in progress. So just a couple more minutes. What is everybody working on? Are you cross stitching, diamond painting, coloring, latch hook rugs, anything else, painting, ceramics? Does anybody do ceramics anymore? So yeah, I've been cross stitching today. I started reading a book on Tuesday and sat and finished reading it. Usually I will do text to speech while I cross stitch, but I was so engrossed in the book that I decided just to finish reading it. And then when I was done, I started listening to an audio book that was given to me for review. So I started listening to that and I was cross stitching. So, yep, cross stitching tonight and going into a Zoom. So those are my plans for tonight. Jen is diamond painting and setting up planners. There you go. Marianne's diamond painting. So are you setting up your planner for the rest of the month? Sorry, just adjusting my shirt. I have mine set up for the month. Next month, the new planners for next year come out. I need to have some money for that because I am buying my dashboard, a notes, and maybe stickers. I would like to get Disney for next year. I don't have a Disney planner. I would like a Disney planner. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Whether I get one or not, it depends on what the dashboard looks like. And I don't think I need Trying to think if I need more. No, I have all of these project sheets, so I don't need any more project sheets. I'm set on those. Oh, yeah, trying to plug in with sticky notes. I like doing that too because some things change. So I'd rather put the sticky note in, and then when the time comes, I can write it in permanently. No, Crystal, you didn't rub off on me. I've always wanted a Disney planner. It's just as something else always caught my eye. I love, I had a Galaxy one because I like the Galaxy look. I've had the animal print one. I've had all kinds that I absolutely love. It might be a Minnie Mouse. Hey, you never know. You never know with me what it's going to be. Okay, are we ready to get started for this WIP parade? Okay, what I'm going to be showing you now are things that I worked on this year. Hi, Teresa. That were on my WIP go board. I've already stitched on them this year. Hi, Rachel. How are you? I'm glad that you came in. So I don't know when I will get back to them. Some of these I am working on my cross stitch weekend Zooms. I pick one project till it's finished. So if I don't finish it in August's cross stitch weekend Zoom, then I move it to September's until it's done. So every month it gets moved unless it's done, then I pick up another one. So this is Nora Corbett's Luna. I actually have two in here. I have Luna and I have Mary. I think it's Mary. It's Mari. So I have both of these. This one is Mary. Hi, Michelle. How are you? And I started this January 1st of 2015. Well, it says that Luna's in here. Oh, there it is. This is done on, I don't have that paper here. So this is done on 28 count cashel linen by Silk Weaver, and the color is called Jamaica Sunset. So it will look like this. And these are pretty quick to do up. I love Nora Corbett's. They are smaller than her Mirabilias. Most of them are. And this is how much I have done. So my goal on WIP Go was to do a quarter of it. And so I met my goal. I cross stitch and I do the back stitching. Once the whole thing is cross stitched and back stitched, then I will add the beads, because it does have a few beads. But yeah, this is done on cashel linen. So when I stitch on linen, I prefer cashel linen or cashel. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. But yeah, I got a quarter of that done. Hi, Marissa. Hi, Julie. How are you? So yeah, that was Mary or Mari. I like the colors in this. Love the colors. And then in this project bag, I also have Luna. And Luna looks like this. So I love the colors. Isn't that gorgeous? And I am doing mine on, let's see, it's 28 count opalescent. It's an even weave. Let me see. It's stuck to the bag. It is Lugana. It's 28 count Lugana, opalescent, and the color is called Inferno. Inferno. So I don't know if you'll be able to see all the sparkle. Look at that. Look at the colors. And again, my goal on WIP was to stitch and back stitch a quarter of it, which I did. Absolutely love this fabric. Yep, you can see the sparkle. And then once the whole thing is done, I will add the beads. And it didn't take me long to do a quarter of it. These are Bewitching Pixies. They don't take real long. So, yep. That one. That has 5 packs of beads and some treasures. I am good, thank you. So that was Luna. And I have both of these in one project bag because I'm running out of project bags. Thank you, Rachel. I have not. Down South Stitcher is Danielle. I have not bought a Nora Corbett pattern in a long time, or a Mirabilia, because I have so many and I still have more I haven't even touched. Okay, in this bag is July's Amethyst Fairy and August Peridot Fairy. Okay, this is Amethyst Fairy. And that's what it'll look like. This is bigger than I thought. I had written down that I was going to work on this till I got a quarter of it done. Yeah, I had to change that. What brand do you recommend? I would start out with a 14 count fabric for a beginner. I don't know what you mean by brand. Maybe Charles Craft. I'm not sure. As far as patterns, you can get free ones that are small to start out. Okay, so this is done on, and it got covered up. This is done on 28 count Cashel linen by Silk Weaver. And it was a solo piece, so there's no color written for it. So I had to change my mind on, because I had it, so I wanted to do a quarter of it. Yeah, that's not even a quarter of it. And that took several days. Let me get this up better. Can you see that? So that took me like 3 or 4 days. So I wrote down something. I changed my goal on it. It's my WIP Go board. I can do what I want. But I only got maybe half of the quarter done. So it was like, I will never get, it'll take me forever to do this one. So Mirabilias tend to be much bigger than a Nora Corbett. And they alternate a new pattern that comes out every month. On the 15th of every month, either a Nora Corbett comes out or either a Mirabilia comes out or a Nora Corbett, and then the next month will be the other. So that's July's Amethyst Fairy. And this next one Danielle wants. This is the August Peridot Fairy. Look at that. And on the WIP Go board, I wanted to do a quarter of it, which I did. I cross-stitched a quarter of it and I back-stitched. So all I need to do is add the beads and this one here, I started, forgot I was going to tell you guys that. I started that January 9th of 2015. This one I started January 10th, 2015. And I don't know if I have the fabric. No, I must not have the fabric written down for this. I must not have kept it. It's probably a silk weaver. Are you ready? Because Danielle wants this. Look at those colors. Oh my gosh. I had so much fun stitching this. I can't wait to pull it out again. Yeah, let me see if it's up there. Love this. And I'm hoping this comes back out this year and I can finish it. This is one of my favorite mirrors. And this is a mirabilia, but it's not that big of a piece. At least the top part wasn't. But yeah, started this one January 10th, 2015. Thank you, Jen. So yeah, a lot of my project bags, they have 2 projects per project bag just because I'm running out of project bags. Plus I have the floss container in here and it tells what they are for. Just put stickers. I was using my label maker, but I ran out of tape in my label maker. So then I just started using like the label stickers you can get from like Amazon or Walmart or whatever. Okay, and then this one is Joan Elliott's Spring Angel, which I started April 13th of 2010. And then Cleo by Nora Corbett, I started January 2nd of 2015. So here is Cleo. This is done on a 28 count linen. That is Cleo by Nora Corbett. It's one of the Bewitching Pixies. And I don't see, hold on. I might have the color of the fabric. Maybe not. Nope. Anyways, this was on my WIP Go board for this year, and my goal was to stitch a quarter of it, which I did. I did a quarter of it, stitched and back stitched a quarter of it. So when the whole thing's done, I will add the beads. I'm trying to get it so that you guys can see it really good. So there's that much. And the fabric has some browns and grays and greens. And most everything that I'm showing, I bought from down Sunshine Lane. The fabrics, the beads, the patterns, most of them, not all, but most of them I bought from her when she did the cross stitch retreats in Myrtle Beach. So that one was Cleo. Hi, Wilma. And this is Joan Elliott's Spring Angel. It is from the Cross Stitcher magazine from, where is it? April 1997. April 1997. Hi, Dawn. And this is done on, I don't know, probably, I know it's a 28 count. It's probably a Lugana. And this came up on my WIP Go, and I had wanted to do a quarter of it. I thought I only had like I only picked like to do a quarter of it. I'll hold it up better. But when I pulled it out, I realized I had a ton left to do in here, all in here in her dress. So I worked on this for several days. But yeah, there's all that. And I think there's beads. I'm not positive. I can't remember if there's beads. But that's Joan Elliott, her Spring Angel. I have quite a few of her angels I still want to do. But yeah, it has Krynic in it. And some of the Krynic I substituted. The treasure braids are, yeah, I substituted the Krynic for treasure braid. The treasure braid petites in that. And this also has the whisper thread. So, okay, it was 28 count antique white Lugana. That's what it was on. I do have that in here. And I bought that from Golden Threads from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Yep, the whisper thread you use in like Santa's beard. You can use it like on the winter coats on the collars and the cuffs. And when you're done, you're supposed to take like an unused toothbrush and kind of fluff it up. I've never done it. I leave it the way it is. But yeah, it's called a whisper thread. And I think you can get that in different colors. So there was that one. This here is Nora Corbett's Anna, which I started January 3rd of 2015. And the other one is Mirabilia's Fairy Roses, which I started January 11th of 2015. 2015, I did start a new one each day in January and see what you could finish. Well, as you can see, I never touched them again until this year. So this was also on my WIP Go board this year, and my goal was to do a quarter of it. This is Fairy Roses by Mirabilia. Isn't she pretty? And she does have beads and Krynic. And the fabric is by Silk Weaver. It's 28 count cashel linen, and it's called Pixie Dust. The color is Pixie Dust. And my goal was to do a quarter, but again, this one was another bigger one than I thought it would be. So I didn't do a quarter of it. I worked on it for a few days. I have that much done. But you can see her arm. So yeah, mostly from now on, if it's something big, I make my goal to work on it for 5 days. Otherwise, it's a quarter of it. But yeah, this was another bigger one than I thought it was when I started my WIP Go board. So I did get quite a bit done. She's very pretty. Love the colors. Because you done lost your mind in January. No, it was something a lot of people did. A lot of people did stuff like that. Okay, this is what I say this one was. This is Anna by Nora Corbett. And like I said, I started that January 3rd of 2015. This I've already worked on this year from the WIP Go board. And I don't know, I don't see a paper for the, but I'm doing this on this really pretty reddish colored fabric. Burgundy cranberry color fabric. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Get those colors. Yep. Start a new one every day in January of that year. That. Thank you. I love working on these Nora Corbett's. They're smaller. I mean, I love my Miras, don't get me wrong. But the Noras stitch up quicker. So a lot of the Nora Corbett's is what I'm working on until they're finished on my cross stitch weekend Zooms. Because I can get a lot done in 3 days. Because on my Zooms, that's all I do is just sit and stitch. Okay, got one more for this. Let's put the other ones back in here. This is a footstool that has a lid to it. That's where I'm keeping all these WIPs. And it was in here, but I've been stitching more in the family room, and so I've been taking it in there. I don't remember what's in here. I did not put a tag on this. Oh, this is I Shall Wear Purple by Sue Hillis Designs. When I am an old woman, I shall wear purple. And it's all back stitching on the words. So what I'm doing is one strand for the lettering, because some of the lettering, I can show you a little bit. I don't know if you can see it real well, but if you can see this, some of the lettering is thin, is the thinner lines is one strand and the thicker lines is 2 strands. So I just use one strand, and where it shows for 2 strands, I just stitch over it twice. I back stitch it twice. And the words actually stitch up really fast, and it calls for DMC and crescent colors. And I am using the colors that are asked for. So yeah, so this is done, I think 28 count Monaco, and I started this January 1st of 2005. And this was already on my WIP go board for the year. I've already stitched on it this year. That's how much is done. I am really, really enjoying it. Each line of the I don't know, I don't guess it's not a poem, maybe it's a poem. Anyways, each line is a different color of the crescent colors. My goal for the WIP go board was to do one whole page, which I did. I made my goal on that. So one whole page. So as you can see, I still have quite a bit to do. Quite a bit. Yes, it is huge. It is really big. But the wording itself does not take long to stitch up. And it says, when I am an old woman, I shall wear purple with a red hat which doesn't go and doesn't suit me. And I shall spend my pension on brandy and summer gloves and satin sandals and say, we've no money for butter. I shall sit down on the pavement when I'm tired and gobble up samples in shops and press alarm bells and run my stick along the public railings and make up for the sobriety of my youth. I shall go out in my slippers in the rain and pick the flowers in other people's gardens and learn to spit. You can wear terrible shirts and grow more fat and eat 3 pounds of sausages at a go or only bread and pickle for a week. And hoard pens and pencils and beer mats and things in boxes. But now we must have clothes that keep us dry and pay our rent and not swear in the street and set a good example for the children. We will have friends to dinner and read the papers, but maybe I ought to practice a little now, so people who know me are not too shocked and surprised when suddenly I am old and start to wear purple. I love it. The cat scared me. I forgot he was back there, and all of a sudden I felt this little fur brush against the back of my neck. Good thing I'm not real squeamish and a screamer. Yes, this is Zoomer. He has to be wherever I am. Okay, so those are everything that I worked on already. Now on to what the WIPs are that I'm doing now for the rest of the year. So I'm doing this owl. It's a full coverage beaded kit. It's this here. I got this because of Heidi, who is crafting with Orchid, because she's doing a gorgeous full coverage beaded kit. And I'm like, okay, I need this. These are very expensive, but well worth the money. The fabric is a 14 count Aida, but it's very soft. It came with the fabric. It comes with all the beads that you need. And it came with needles. It came with 3 spools of the beading thread. And you get these containers for the beads. The beads were not in the containers, but you got all the containers. And the stickers were already on the containers. So the sticker has the symbol and the bead number. I was working on this like the last Thursday of every month, but now I'm trying to fit it in to a new schedule. And this is how much I have done. It will be very, very heavy when it's done. But you can see the tree and the branches. And it will be big. Hi, Robert. So this is a 300 by 375 stitches. and it will take a while, but oh my gosh, this is going to be so pretty when I'm done. Do you think? So pretty. Yes, each one is a bead, and you do a half a stitch. I'm loving it. So like I said, I've been working on this for like the last Thursday of every month. Yeah. The bag is very heavy. The shipping on this was very expensive because it is from another country and it's heavy. I think it was like $190 for the whole thing, including the shipping, but well worth it. Let me show this last. Well, not last, but another one I'm working on till it's done is Roveris by it's Halloween. It doesn't have a name to the pattern, just a number, and it's number R18. So it looks like that. It says Halloween. I am doing this on 28 count Monaco that was tie-dyed for me. Well, tie-dyed, not tie-dyed, but dyed for me from Kaya, my friend Kaya. So get this up here. So I have that much done. This is way bigger than I thought it was going to be. I have that much done. So it's all done with black thread. And then one pumpkin on it is orange. And there's a spider charm that gets put on it. But yeah, look at the colors. It's brown. It's a brown. They did not get to this last month. So, yeah. So, yeah, that's Roveris. And the patterns R18. It's 185 wide by 140 high. So, yeah, uses all black. And then that one orange pumpkin is right there. And then it comes with the silver charm. And where is it? Stuck. It's in there. I love the project bags that have the plastic in the front. But if they don't, then I put luggage tags on the zipper pull and I write on the inside of it what is in the project bag. Okay, this one is a stitch along. It started March 1st and it ends the end of this month. It is Happy Halloween by Doreen Jones. And I actually had this blue kind of fabric sitting around in the house. So my goal was to do 1 page or 1.5 pages per month until it was done. I have 1 page left. It will be done on time this month. In fact, once I get both WIP numbers done this month, that's what I'm working on until it's finished. And so this bag has the plastic in the front with a zipper, and then there's a zipper on the top. So I only have 1 page left. I do not know what the fabric is. I know it's 28 count, but that's all that I know. But look at that. And I have more of this blue fabric, and she actually has a couple more patterns that are done on this blue fabric. But yeah, all I have is that 1 page left, and it shouldn't take me too long. And then it'll be done. So I'll have another finish this year. But this will be done this month. I'm loving it. And it's with a Facebook group called Halloween Cross Stitch Challenge. I think that's the name of the Facebook group. And since I had already started this last year, they said that you can include WIPs. It didn't have to be a new start. Thank you, Teresa. Teresa is one of my friends that I have known in real life for about 20 years now. We met going to the cross stitch retreats in Myrtle Beach. And okay, so this one is what I'm focusing on till it's done on my cross stitch weekend Zooms. This is called Fairy Winter Dream by Nora Corbett. Let's see. I started this January 14th of 2015. This is what it will look like. Yes, Teresa and I have lots of fun with her and Shar and Lori. Shar comes into my Zooms also, so does Teresa. They now come into my cross stitch Zooms. But that's what this looks like. This came from a magazine, Cross Stitch and Needlework, January 2013. It came from this issue. This has DMC, Krynic. Does it have Krynic? No. Yes. His 2 spools of Krynic and 2 Karen Wildflowers. 1, 2, 4 wildflowers. I'm not sure. Anyways, my goal was to do a quarter of that, which I did. And now I work on it on the weekends when I have my cross stitch weekends. It is done on 28 count Molino, which is a even weave. And it does have beads that will get put on when I am all done. But my goal was to do a quarter of it. I did, and then it got pulled out the last couple hours of my weekend Zoom because I had one finished. So then I pulled this out. So this is what I'm working on now every month until it's done. And I don't know who's messaging them, but is it something that I need to read? Dan and Danielle are they're my funny people. What else is in this one? This one also has a Mirabilia. I believe this is Shimmer and Mermaid. This one Shimmer. Yep, this is Shimmer and Mermaid. I started this January 8th of 2015. And do I have this is done on 32 count Wexford linen, and it's a solo color, so I don't know what the color is. But on my WIP goal, my goal was to do a quarter of it and do the back stitching of the quarter, and I did a quarter of it. It's got a border. Some people do it without the borders because, you know, when you're framing it yourself, it's kind of hard to line up that border perfect, but that's how much I have done. I did good, and I love the colors. Did I show you what it looks like? Yeah, I did, right? No? Did I show you? Yes. That's what it looks like. Shimmering Mermaid. So that I will get that one out again sometime. But yeah, I'm going to try to finish that Fairy Winter Dreams. I'll be working on it this cross stitch weekend. When that is, I don't remember the dates offhand. And I probably won't get it finished this month, so it'll be come out next month. The other thing I'm working on is Summer Goodies by Shannon Christine. This is a start-along. Shannon Christine called this a start-along. Aren't those cute? So it started May 21st. Some people have already finished it. I started it right around May 21st. And I'm doing mine on 28 count black Monaco. So I do have some done. That's it, done on the 28 count Monaco. I'm loving this. I love the colors. And they pop on this black. And I have more of this fabric. But yeah, loving it. Thank you. Okay, next is the Pumpkin Patch by Carolyn Manning. It is a stitch along that Tia from Tia's Crazy Craft Addiction is doing. It's any Carolyn Manning. I'm doing this one. Right now I'm working on this. Yeah, they look better on the black. Yep. And I'm doing this one on that 28 count black Monaco. So I have that much done. Love the colors. Autumn is my favorite season. Just love the colors on this. And this says it's the Tent Maker Smalls collection. And I have a lot of Carolyn Manning. I have a feeling every time I finish a Carolyn Manning, I will start a new one. But yep, it's all DMC. It's full coverage. There is no back stitching. It's just cross stitch and no back stitch. Okay, yep. My next cross stitch weekend, Danielle says, is August 19th through the 21st. If you would like to come into the Zoom anytime that weekend, you can contact me. This is a stitch along that I'm doing with Pop Culture Stitching. Pop Culture, is it Pop Culture Stitching? Pop Culture Stitching Challenges. And this is done on 25 count Lugana Easy Grid. There's 90 colors. It is a 775 wide stitches by 574. It is a Haid. Haids are like my favorites besides Mirabilia and Nora Corbett's. It is big. The designer artwork is Rose Khan or Rose Kane, Khan. In Magic Study Rainbow version. Oh my gosh. This is going to take me a while. I forget. What page am I on? Page 2 or 3. Yeah, it's huge. So Danielle says I won't get it finished till 2052. Anyways, there's that. I'm doing a tent stitch, 2 strands over 1 tent stitch, which is a half a stitch. And I found out that if you do a tent stitch and you do each row in the same direction, like I do mine bottom right to top left, diagonal. If you do your whole piece that way, it's going to come out crooked. You're not going to be able to frame your piece. People have been showing me their pieces when they got done. They cannot get them framed. They tried washing them and blocking them with a pin on a board to get it straightened out. They haven't been able to do that. So when I've watched some videos to learn how to do the tent stitch so they'll come out right, each row needs to go in a different direction. Not meaning your stitches go in a different direction, but if you're doing the top row from bottom left to top right, your next row you need to go from top right to bottom left, so that your stitches will be okay. I just found this out over the weekend. I'm glad I found out because these are all going, most of them are going top or from bottom left to top right. A few of them I did the other way, but now I got to pay attention. I like doing the tent stitch. It goes much quicker. But that's how much I have done. You can actually see that you can start seeing the dragon. Yeah, Rachel, if you were doing I know, I didn't know that either. I did not know that either, but when you're going if you're going in the same way all the time, your fabric gets distorted. So if you don't have a lot done, Rachel, start trying to switch it. And I don't know if it'll make a difference. Like say you do page 1 all one way and then you do page 2 the other way. I don't know if that will make a difference. But I just found out, so I'm passing on that information because people that are doing the tent stitch that way, they're finding out when they're finished that their pieces are not good. It's sad because you put a lot of work into it. Now, if it's not full coverage and you do tent stitch, I'm sure that's fine. But if you're doing a full coverage, all tent stitch, that's when the issue becomes part of it. But I'm loving this piece, and I can't wait to get more done because it's so colorful. Right now, I'm not in all the pretty colors, but I can't wait. Another thing that I am doing is the Just Cross Stitch Halloween issue. This one is the 2013 special collector's issue. And I'm doing, I always seem to pass the page. It's the Ink Circle Fire Burn and Cauldron Bubble. Here it is. Fire Burn and Cauldron Bubble. It is by Ink Circle. And it's one of those mandalas. And I have about 3/4 done. My goal is to try to finish it this month. That's my goal. And mine is being done on, it's 28 count Lugana. The color is called Flapper, and it's by Picture This Plus. So, where is it? So I have almost 3/4 done, not quite 3/4. You see that? I know, I love Ink Circle. I love doing these mandalas, and there's more of them out there. And I think Glendon Place has a couple of them. Because the one I'm thinking of is with the witches. I thought it was an ink circle, but actually I think it's a Glendon Place pattern. But yep, this is an ink circle. It's all done in black thread, 2 strands. I'm loving this. So I'm hoping to finish it soon. This WIP is 2 of them in here. They're both of them are Nora Corbett. This one is called Mermaid Azure. And this is the one that's on my WIP goal this month. And my goal is to do a quarter of it. That's Mermaid Azure. It's got DMC, Mill Hill beads, and Mill Hill treasures. So, yep, this got picked for this month on my WIP goal board. It is done on 32 count Belfast linen. It's a solo color, so I don't have the name of the color. And I had to get 200 stitches on it by the end of last year in order to count it towards my no new starts. And yes, I am still doing the no new starts. I am not doing it next year. Because next year it's start all the things and finish. But I got that much done last year. Yeah, Glendon Place Witch's Circle. So I don't have, I got in my 200 stitches for last year. And then my goal is to do a quarter of it for this month on my WIP goal board. So look forward to that because that's what I'm doing next. Well, no, not quite next, but close to it. So what I'm working on now, my goal is to stitch on it for 5 days. It was my first number picked on the WIP goal board for this month. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't show you this. Hold on. I'm ahead of myself. Okay, the other thing here is Gigi by Nora Corbett. This one was started January 4th of 2015. This is Gigi. She has not come up on my WIP goal board yet. But when she does get picked on my WIP goal board this year, I will do a quarter of her, cross stitch and back stitch. This has Krynic in it and Mill Hill beads and DMC floss. And I am doing this on, what's the fabric? The fabric is a 28 count linen. Do I have it? No, I guess not. It's a 28 count linen. I don't see the paper that tells me what the color is. And it's by Silk Weaver. That much I do know. And so when this gets picked on my WIP goal board, like I said, I will do a quarter of it. It's a cranberry-ish color. Okay, Rachel, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. So, yeah, it's done like on a cranberry-ish color. It's got like a cream in there and a couple other colors. So I don't have a lot done. I had to have 200 stitches in it by the end of last year to count it for the no new starts. So, yep, I'm just waiting for this to get picked again on the WIP goal, or to get picked this year, I mean, on the WIP goal board. Okay. Now, what I'm working on now, I have been working on all year. It is a stitch-along on this channel. Now my thumb itches. And it was the first number picked on WIP this year, or this month. My goal is to stitch on it for 5 days. I did not stitch it all on Tuesday, so I'm only on day 3. And no, I'm not done showing stuff. You wanted a WIP parade? You are getting a WIP parade. So I'm doing my stitch along on this channel is Lawn Dog Samplers. It's any of the lawn dog. I also have a Facebook group. Description is below. I am doing Quanto Acuto, the pointed fifth. This has all kinds of critters in there. There are over 100 of the little varmints of all shapes and sizes crammed within the archways. Quanto Acuto is the classic Gothic arch, the center of which is located 1/5 of the way across its width. Yeah, this is big. 353 stitches wide by 352. It is done on 28 count Lugana. The color is gingerbread, and it's by Picture This Plus. I have been working on this, so my WIPCO goal for this is 5 days. Like I said, I'm on day 3, and this is how much I have done so far. This is big. And I'm on page 4. I just finished page 3 the other day, yesterday. I finished page 3 yesterday, and I'm now on page 4. And I forget how many pages there are. So, yep, this is gingerbread by Picture This Plus. Love this fabric. I would like some more. It's called gingerbread. And it's all done in black. There is a little back stitching. Most of the back stitching is done in black. 1 strand. I'm doing 2 strands over 2, but the back stitching's 1 strand. And then if there's back stitching over the black, like there was here, the bone for the dog, then it's done with white. 1 strand of white, just a little bit. Otherwise, the back stitching's black. It's really simple back stitching. It's like in here, if you can see this, down through here. Just really simple black back stitching. Not much. But yep, I'm on page 4. Love this. So I'm stitching on this tonight, tomorrow. So I'm on day 3. So tomorrow and Saturday. And then Sunday, I will work. Where was that? Oh, I didn't show you that got moved. I'm going to say something's missing here. My Supernatural Stitch Along. It's over there. I got to grab it. So once I get in my 5th day of stitching on this, it will get put away. But I will pull it back out next month, probably next month. I do have the Facebook group. I also do a Zoom the last Friday of the month. People used to come. I used to get more. Now we're down to like 3 or 4 of us. It's the same people keep coming. So I don't know if I'm still going to keep doing them. And then when I get my 5th day done on that, I have my Supernatural Stitch Along by the Stitchy Witcher. This is done on, I can't show you the finished piece because it's a mystery stitch along. This is done on 28 count Lugana, or no, 28 count Monaco. that Kaya, hold on. Kaya dyed this for me, and the color is Drea Purple. So I still have some more of the frame to do, not a lot, but tomorrow we get the new supernatural creature. So on Sunday, I will work on that and hopefully finish it. So that's my goal. Once I get the 5th day done on that lawn dog, this will come out and I will work on that supernatural until it's done. And then I will pull out my second WIP Go piece. But yeah, I know I do like my big projects. I don't know why, I just do. So yeah, and that's like the companion piece to the cryptid stitch along that we did. But my cryptids is done on a different fabric. But yeah, see that purple? Drea Purple it's called. And I have a lot of leftover fabric, but I didn't want to cut it till I'm all done. I do like my big pieces. I don't know why, I just do. Okay, now I have a pile of WIPs that have not been either called on my WIP Go board yet, or they are stitch-alongs that I haven't started yet and I will be doing this year. Okay, so we have one coming up, a stitch-along coming up August. We were going to start it, the 21st, but we decided to start it the Saturday night of my cross-stitch weekend. And it's called Daisy Chain by Carolyn Manning. It looks big. It's not. This is small. This is, less than 100 stitches wide by 100. It's 99 by 99 stitches, so it's not big at all. So Daisy Chain by Carolyn Manning. It is a stitch-along for the birthdays of Danielle and Deanne. So we are doing this, and like I said, we will be starting this in my Zoom that Saturday night. And we actually have matching grime guards to kind of go with that. And is this the fabric? This is the fabric I'm going to be doing it on. It is 28 count even weave. It is by Fortnite Fabrics, and the color is Venus and Serena. So this is the fabric that I'm going to do it on. I'm going to give it an extra inch around the border like it shows on here being pink. So instead of I usually cut my fabric so that it's 3 inches by 3 inches on each side. I think I'm going to give it 4 inches on each side. But yeah, that's my pretty fabric I'm going to do it on. Plus, it will count as Tia's Crazy Craft Addiction stitch-along because it's a Carolyn Manning. So yeah, we'll be starting that August, whatever that Saturday is. What is that Saturday? The 19th, is it? I don't have a calendar right in front of me. We're starting it then. In my cross stitch Zoom. Also I want to start the Mystery Boo Crew that came out, and I know we have it all, right? Do we have it all? the mystery Boo Crew. Well, I don't have it all. August 20th, we're starting Daisy Chain. I don't have it all, but there's some of it. I think that Danielle finished hers, but I will be starting that maybe this month. And the fabric for that is, it is done on 28 count Lugana by Grace Notes Fabrics, and the color is Blackberry Latte. That's what I'm going to be doing Boo Crew on. So you did finish the Boo Crew. I wonder what I did with the last chart. Maybe I didn't print it up because I don't see it anywhere. But yep, Blackberry Latte. That's the color I'm going to do that on. And again, that's Grace Notes Fabrics. That shouldn't take me long to stitch up. And the other thing in here that I want to do is that Sneaky Spooky Spells by Luminous Fiber Arts. And Danielle did finish this. So it's Sneaky Spooky Spells. Isn't that cute? And like I said, Luminous Fiber Arts. It was a stitch along. And the fabric I have for that is this piece here. It was a piece I had laying around the house. It's just like a mushroomy color. It's a 28 count, probably Monaco. It's probably a Monaco. So I will do it on that. So that'll be coming up. So everything I'm showing you are pretty much things that I need to start or still waiting to be picked on the WIP board. Yes, I have 3 projects in this project bag. Okay, and putting that there. Okay, this is a stitch along that I will be starting with, how many of us? Me, Danielle, Deanne, and Amanda. This is called Minerva by Nora Corbett. We are starting this on New Year's Eve, right? That's when we're starting this one. Hi, Mandy. New Year's Eve, we are starting this. I am doing mine on Grace Notes Fabrics. It's 28 count Lugana, and the color is Swiss Mocha. Isn't that pretty? It's a Swiss Mocha. So I'm going to do it on that. No, I'm not. I was going to. I got a piece of fabric coming. I got whatever it called for, chocolate milk. I have this fabric coming. I'm not using this. I forgot. I can go put this back. Yep, I'm waiting for Danielle to say no, 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 no. We're not using that fabric. Minerva. And Danielle made us some pretty grime guards to go with Minerva, that we're all doing that. Isn't that cool? She's the best, isn't she? Yep. We're going to start that New Year's Eve. So that is what's coming up. I'll put that there. That fabric can go there. Another one coming up. When are we? I don't know when we're starting this yet. I still have to get the fabric and the rest of the floss. Well, we're going to be doing this called, it is so cute. It is a Heaven and Earth Designs. It's Quick Stitch Curly Tailed Rosie. Isn't she adorable? Artwork by Annie Rodrigue. I love it. Most of the white you see in like the moon or whatever's behind her is done in white Krynic, and a lot of it on her leg and her body I think is all done in the Krynic. Isn't that cute? Yes, love it. So there's a few of us doing this one too, and we got the pretty grime guards. It's Marie from the Aristocats. Yeah, date on this is not known yet because I still have to come up with the money to get the fabric, and I got to get the rest of the floss. And this will probably take the place of, I'm thinking, oh, that fly butterfly. The Haid that I finished. They'll probably take the place of that. Because the only way I could start new things this year was to finish. So daisy chain I'm able to do, and it'll take the place of a small I just did. That Mill Hill. Okay. Hi, Jerry. So yeah, isn't she cute? I can't wait. All them pinks and pretty colors. Okay, this one here is Halloween Enchantress. I started her last year. She is from the Just Cross Stitch October issue, not the Halloween issue, but the October issue from last year. It's by Doreen Jones. Isn't she cute? I love it. So I started her, and I don't know if I know what fabric. I don't remember what the fabric is. It's whatever it called for. 28 count shell. It says linen. Mine's not. Mine's 14 count. Mine's a 14 count, but I think it was shell, and it's by Picture This Plus. I couldn't get it in the linen or in any 28 count. So when this gets picked on my WIP Go this year, my goal is to do another quarter of it. I have that much done. She's half done, except for beads. So I think she gets beads. Yes, she gets one package of beads. So yes, I did this on 14 count because I liked the color it was on, but there's tons of fractional stitches, which I hate doing on Ada. And I hate the back stitching on this. I hate the back stitching on this. But it's so pretty. I had to frog this like 3 or 4 times in the same spot and realized that wasn't where the mistake was. It was somewhere else. So once that got straightened out, it was going pretty quick. But yeah, I'm loving it. Other than that, I will be happy when this is done. But yeah, my goal, either I'll get a quarter done or 5 days. I haven't decided yet. It's going to depend on how much I can do. If it's taking me too long to do a quarter of it, then my goal will be 5 days. I told you guys this is going to be a longer live stream. Okay, another one on my WIP Go board that hasn't been picked yet. is S is for Stitcher. It is from Cross Country Stitching Magazine. And I started this a long time ago. When did I start this? In 2010. So it's the June 2008 issue of Cross Country Stitching. S is for Stitcher, page 27. So it will look like this when it's done. S is for Stitcher. Isn't that cute? I like the colors. And I believe this is being done on 28 count Monaco. Yes, it is. And I have almost 3/4 done. So I know I want to finish this and do this. So I think this is the one I'm going. Hi, Nancy. How are you? I'm so glad you came in. So Nancy is one of the stitchers from the Fun Day Stitcher Zoom that I go in. So this is S is for Stitcher. And so my goal is to work on this for 5 days on my WIP board. So hopefully I can get most of it finished. And if after 5 days it looks like I can finish it in another day, I'm just going to go ahead and finish it. And so there's that one. Still to be called on my WIP board. Okay. This one is my oldest WIP. It is a Marty Bell Rocky Mountain Christmas. Nope, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. That's not what's in this one. I should have read the tag. This is Lavender and Laces Ice Angel that I started in 2006. Now to find the picture of it. Okay, it's a lavender and lace. That's what it will look like. And it's Ice Angel. So Lavender and Lace was Nora Corbett's mom. She passed away several years ago. This is done on, I don't know what the fabric is, because I think it's before I even started keeping track of that stuff. So I had to make sure I had 200 stitches on this by the end of last year to have it count for no new starts. That's what I have done on it so far. So once this comes up on my WIP board this year, it's either to do 1/4 of it or 5 days, depending on what gets done first. But that's all I have done on it. And this is a linen. I think it's not the greatest linen. I don't like this too much, which might be why I didn't get a lot done. You're having a windy time. Oh, really? Thunder? Yeah, we're supposed to get wind tonight and thunderstorms as well. So that's on my WIP board for this year. This one's my oldest WIP. This is Marty Bell Rocky Mountain Christmas. This is an actual place. Rocky Mountain Christmas. I've put this off. It's full coverage. There's a lot of back stitching. So yeah, Rocky Mountain winter, the Colorado Rockies. So I started this for me. It is gorgeous, but the amount of back stitching is and blending. Oh my God, the blending of threads is unreal. Unreal. And I don't know what the fabric is. I know it's an even weave. I have this much done. So my goal is when it gets picked on the WIP Go board is either to finish this quarter or 5 days. And then it's going back on my WIP Go board for next year. Because next year my WIP Go board is all full coverage. I consider this a full coverage, even though it's not at the very top, but the rest of it is. So that is going on it next year, but it has not been picked for this year yet on my board. WIP Go. I can't wait till that's done. It's going to be gorgeous. It's just I keep putting it off because of the back stitching on it. And it's a lot of different colors and different symbols for the back stitching. So I've been kind of doing that like a HAID where I do one column at a time. I had to because it's confetti heaven, or not heaven, confetti hell. I mean heaven. No, not heaven, hell. This is The Storyteller. This is by Teresa Wentzler. I started this in 2005. Rocky Mountain Christmas, I started in 2001. I don't know if I told you that. 2001, that's my oldest WIP. So 2005, I started this. This is a Teresa Wentzler. Talk about ton of back stitching, ton of blended threads. There's The Storyteller. This is also on my WIP Go board. It has not been picked yet, and it's going on my board again next year. This is done on a 28 count. Not sure the fabric. It is an even weave. And that's how much I have done. And this is for my son, Justin. I did Teresa Wentzler's The Castle. He has that hanging up in his apartment. And now I'm doing this for him because he loves dragons. So I know it's on my WIP Go board. I think that it was to finish this part of the border when it gets picked on WIP Go, or 5 days, whatever comes first. So yeah, look at that. So much blending and so much back stitching on this. But it will be beautiful when it is done. And then on my WIP Go board for this year is, remember I stitched up and finished Giggles in the Snow, the boy. Well, this is the girl that I'll be doing. Giggles in the Snow, the girl. And so my goal on my WIP Go board is to do a quarter of it, because I don't think it'll take me 5 days to do a quarter. The boy stitched up quick, and if you remember, I finished him. And this is on 28 count Monaco. That's what I have done so far. So yeah, I will continue working on it and stitch a quarter of it. I don't think that will take long. But yep, that's still on my WIP Go board. So What I have next to show you, the next items are things I'm not stitching on this year. They will be on my WIP Go board next year. They're all full coverages. They are all Hayes. Okay, so this is Randall Spangler Literate Dragon, Heaven and Earth Designs. Amanda, oh yes, of course. We always need enablers. Literate Dragon. It was a stitch along that was started in 2013. Before Facebook and all that, we had forums and you would chat in them. And I was in that forum and I started stuff for stitch alongs, never finished them. Anyways, there's how much I have done. This is, I believe, one strand over one. I'm hoping, yeah. One strand over one full cross stitch. Literate Dragon. I believe there's 4 pages. Looks like page 1 is done. It's a 25 count. I gridded it myself. But this will be on next year's WIP Go board. What the hell just fell? That cat, I'm telling you. He scares me all the time. You need to get down from there. Don't look at me like that. Get down. Get down before you break something. Doesn't listen. So, yeah. Yeah, he's knocking everything off my TV stand because he can't behave. This is Treasure Dragging. It's a stocking. This is, yeah, that would be considered a quick stitch, Danielle, because it's only got 4 pages. So this is Treasure Dragon. I believe it's still available by Miles Pinkney. Heaven and Earth Designs. And when did I start this? I started this 2014, January 1st. This is also on 25 count, but I don't have much done. This is on my WIP Go board for next year. So it will be 5 days. Yeah, the Randall's is a quick stitch. Yep. So that's how much I have done. And this is going to Justin because I've done a stocking for me, Scott, and Dylan. Justin chose this one. He always picks everything that he likes, is always full coverages. He's nuts. But I will do it for him. He knows that. A long stitch is anything more than a page. Okay, this one was a stitch along, also in the Heaven and Earth Designs forum. I don't even know if they have the forum anymore. And it was called Rapunzel by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. This is a story keep. And yeah, it came out, when did I start this? Rapunzel. This I started June of 2011. So it'll look like that. This would have been done more, but see all that part? See how delicate and intricate that is? Yeah. Talk about confetti hell. Yep. So this is also on 25 count. I have that much done. Lots of color changing. Lots of color changes. So this will be on my WIP Go board next year. In fact, all of these will be on it twice. Love it. Thank you. This one is a story keep called The Butterflies Galore. It is by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. There's 3 pages to this. And when did I start this one? I started this one in March of 2014. There is, did I write down? There's 3 pages. That's how much is done. This also will be on my WIP Go next year. I don't know what happened. There's spillage on here, but that's not going to matter. But yeah, 25 count. I gridded myself. I don't know if I'm on the last page. I don't remember. I don't think so, but I think that there's one more page. But yeah, there is. That's, I think. I'll show you what it will look like. So it's called Butterflies Galore. It is a story keep. So that's what it will look like. Lots of hades. I would start all my hades if they didn't take so long to do. But we're supposed to enjoy what we're stitching on, and if that brings you joy and you want to stitch all the hades, hell, do it. Okay, another hade is Faces of Fairy, and hade stands for Heaven and Earth Designs. This is another Jasmine Beckett Griffith. It is Faces of Fairy 66, so there's a black cat. And she has like feathers in her hair or something. So this one is like a quick stitch. How many pages? Yeah, there's 6 pages, but some of them are short. There's not a lot. So yeah, a couple pages are like that. And I'm doing it on 25 count. And all the 25 count hades are 1/1. Full coverage, because I didn't know about the 10th stitch before, but that's how much I have done. I will not be stitching on it this year. It will go on my WIP Go board next year. And everything on my WIP Go board is full coverage or large, like my lawn dog. And so every time if something comes up, I will work on it for 5 days. Now, I have a lot of stuff I know I'm going to be stitching next year, but these are the WIPs. This is the last WIP to show you. It is another Randall Spangler by Hade, and this one is called Boo. It's called Boo. Isn't he cute? You know me, I love my Halloween. And I only started a little bit. It's on 25 count. This is all I have done. And so he will get put on the WIP Go board next year. 5 days I will work on it. And so far, all of these are going to get put on the board twice. So those are everything that have been started. Do I have more? Uh-huh. Did this fit in here? I also want to start next year. Here's that lavender and lace. Where did I put that? Oh man, I'll just set it here for now. So next year, I want to start Tale as Old as Time stitch-along. The Fab 50 stitch-along. I have the list. But you know, I can never find what I want when I want it. That plan, where is that planner? I just had it. That's what's in front of me. You know me. So, yeah. Tale as Old as Time stitch-along. The Nightmare Before Christmas stitch-along. That's the other one. The Fab 50, the Stained Mini stitch-along. Oh, and the Library stitch-along. That's that mystery haunted library stitch-along. Where did I put that? I thought I had that right here. Well, it was. So I want to do that. I want to work in more of my magazines. I want to start Sleepy Hollow by Glendon Place. I want to start Greta Goldbroom by Bella Filipina. Barbara Anna Spooky Tree. Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. I want to start next year. Halloween Quaker and Mother Moon. So those are the ones I plan on starting next year. I do have a I'm a list person. That's just how I am. I'm going to have a rotation going starting from I started it August 1st, and all of next year I have everything written in order and my goals that I want to stitch. I'm trying when they're not on a WIP Go board, then it's either to finish it or to do 10 hours on it and then go on to the next thing, put in 10 hours. So that's what I plan on doing. I have so many WIPs and so many things I want to start. Don't forget, I also will be starting Chessie. That's by Ash Evans, I think, from Heaven and Earth Designs. That starts January 1st. That is a stitch along on this channel. I don't think I will make a Facebook group for that, but maybe a Facebook Messenger chat. Yeah, so I have Chessie and still want to work on that Magic Study. We will have the new one that we will be starting this sometime this year. I just don't know when yet. And that's not a stitch along on my channel. It's just a few of us, but if you want to join, I got the hiccups because I'm hungry. You'll start the Halloween Quaker with me? Cool. Well, that won't be for a while. But yeah, I am looking forward to a lot of stitch-alongs. Like I said, start all the things. That's my saying. Start them all because you can't finish them if you don't start them. And it's supposed to bring you pleasure. And if you have a chart that's like, oh my God, I really, really want to stitch that, but I need to finish 30 things first, just start it because it will bring you happiness. And that's what this is all about, is being happy. And it brings you joy. So with that being said, I need to say goodbye. I showed you all my WIPs that are started. Now, I may come across a couple I forgot about, but they're not in my list that I started them, so I don't know. You never know what I will find, but I have a drawer in this dresser full of things to start that are just from my Halloween just cross stitch issues that I already have the fabric for. Yes. I had been buying fabric for these magazines for years. I have so much to do. So thank you so much for coming in, Nancy. I appreciate it. Yep, we're all happy, happy, happy here. So thank you all for coming in. Thanks, Danielle, for links. And I know this was a long live stream. I knew it would be. But that's my mid-year WIP parade. And I will talk to you all next week. Love you guys. Bye-bye.